There are many mysteries in the world. Despite remarkable advances in science, we humans are still mostly ignorant of the world's numerous aspects. What seems stranger to us than the land we inhabit is the ocean, which is the setting of numerous stories, legends, and mysteries. Many of these mysteries have been solved by scientists, while many more are still unsolved. The captivating marine world includes mysterious ships, lost cities, and secret treasures. The lost city of Atlantis tops the list of all of these. The fabled island of Atlantis, which submerged beneath the waves in the ancient past, took a sophisticated society with it. Is there a chance we'll ever find it? Or perhaps more significantly, did it ever exist? The quick response to both is no. The island nation was supposedly created by the philosopher Plato to make a point about the perils of aggressive imperialism somewhere around 360 BC. According to all available evidence, Atlantis was not a utopia, according to Plato. Instead, it served as a counterpoint to an idealized portrayal of Athens from before Plato's time. According to Giles Gensler, a philosopher professor at Amherst College, this ancient Athens was extremely similar to Plato's notion as the ideal state. In The Republic, one of the most well-known works, Plato outlined the specifics of how such a state might function. It should eschew ostentation and be modest and virtue-driven, according to Gensler. The character in Plato's dialogue who depicted Atlantis, on the other hand, claimed that its inhabitants eventually became filled with unreasonable lusts for wealth and power. One of the oldest and biggest mysteries in the world is the lost city of Atlantis, which was originally referenced more than 2,300 years ago by the Greek philosopher Plato. The utopian island kingdom allegedly existed 9,000 years before Plato's time and inexplicably vanished one day. The city, which is renowned for being the exhibition of all earthly delights, is both mysterious and enticing. The Atlantis Tale. For thousands of years, people have been enthralled with the search for Atlantis, to the point where, assuming it was a real island, one is left wondering where the fabled Atlantean metropolis of Atlantis was supposed to be. Atlantis was described as being bigger than Libya and Asia combined in Plato's writings, which in the day would have meant modern-day northern Africa and more than half of Turkey. It was located somewhere outside of the Strait of Gibraltar in the Atlantic Ocean. It's a big enough continent to be visible on sonar scans of the ocean floor if it truly did exist somewhere beneath the surface of the Atlantic. So how did Atlantis come to stand in for a vanished utopian society? You may largely credit, or blame, Ignatius Donnelly for that. The Atlantis, the Antediluvian Realm, was published in 1882 by the former American congressman. 13 series were provided in the book, all of which were based on the notion that Atlantis had actually existed, had it been a paradise, where early people dwell for eons in peace and happiness. Several ancient civilizations all across the world, including Atlantis, had their beginnings there. According to Donnelly, Donnelly was of the opinion that Atlantis might have been discovered if mankind had followed the hints in Plato's writing. Mark Adams stated in the 2015 book, Meet Me in Atlantis, across 3 continents in search of the fabled sunken city, it'd be hard to overstate the impact that this introduction chapter of Donnelly's book had on future anthology. According to him, it provided a kind of pattern that people may begin to follow in decades to come. Adam claims that Donnelly was motivated by a startling early 1870s finding. Homer's The Iliad was allegedly utilized by novice archaeologists to find the fabled city of Troy. Why shouldn't Atlantis be real if Troy, which was previously believed to be fictional, was real? Searchers for the lost city of Atlantis. Several people asserted that America was a legendary Atlantis in the decades after the time that Columbus brought word of the New World to Europe. Yet it was in the 20th and 21st century that the hunt truly took off. Several researchers have cited a volcanic explosion that decimated Minoan towns and destroyed portions of the island of Santorini around 1600 BC. And to much hoopla, the team declared in 2018 that they had discovered solid proof that Atlantis existed. A group of circles in a national park in Spain served as important proof. It turns out they were experimental ponds built in 2004 and 2005 for a zooplankton study. For a large portion of this professional career, Kenneth Feder, an emeritus professor of anthropology at Central Connecticut State University, has dealt with claims of Atlantis. Feder adds that even while there is no proof that the lost city of Atlantis, described by Plato, ever existed, those who are enthralled by the tale occasionally get interested in true archaeology. Feder claims that as a discipline, we don't conduct enough proactive work. He asserts that against popular belief, archaeologists actually know a great deal about other frequently mythologized sites like Stonehenge, the Egyptian pyramids, and Aztec towns. But if what we've left with is that people are inquisitive because they see movies about Atlantis or ancient aliens, then we need to be able to capitalize on that. Keep coming back as we cover more of them because there are still lots of them to learn. Keep an eye out for our next episode.